We're going to get started. We appreciate all of you coming. We're looking forward to hearing about this important industry in our state. I especially want to appreciate Chairman Uri and our House members walking to this side of the building for this. We want to work together with our House counterparts as much as we possibly can, and we're happy to have y'all over here in 216. So I'm going to ask Chairman Uri to say a few words, and we'll get started.
Thank you. And thank y'all for coming today. I look forward to visiting with most of you through the evening and at the reception tonight. And I think we're going to recognize Larry to open the meeting. Did you want to recognize Anthony to do the presentation? Yes, please. He's the boss, right?
I think that's it. Okay. Thank you, Chairman Ure, and thank you, Chairman Blunt, and the senators and representatives from the Gaming Committee and the legislature that's here. We are proud as an industry to be here this afternoon, and what you have in front of you is our annual report that reflects 2021. And I will just tell you, you're going to hear some great numbers. We had a great year, and that didn't come by the luck of the draw. That took many years from people that were here way before our time and legislators that set all of this up, our gaming commission, and set up our laws to get us postured as one of the best gaming jurisdictions in the country. And we're going to have Anthony Delvescavo, who's with the Beau Rivage, who's the chairman of our gaming association. I'm the executive director of the Gaming Association, and he's going to come to the podium now to discuss this great year that we had in gaming. Thank you all very much for being here.
All right. Good afternoon. It's great to be up before you all again. First of all, I want to thank everybody for being in attendance today, and thank you all for coming and supporting our industry. I want to recognize Chairman Ure of the House and Chairman Blunt of the Senate. Thank you both for all you both do in support of our industry. We have some great numbers. Is because of a lot of the work that's done up here that allows us to operate as an industry in this state. I also want to recognize, I don't believe he's here today, or is Jay McDaniel here today? I don't know if a lot of you know Jay McDaniel. He's our new executive director. Former executive director Larry Gregory is here, as you just saw, and then also former executive director of the City Gaming Commission, Alan Godfrey, is here, who is now part of our association as well. So I don't think Jay is here. Also want to thank all of our elected officials that are here today. Again, appreciate all you do up here. I know it's you're about 2/3 of the way through it. I know there's a lot of issues that are going on, and we appreciate those issues that you've handled on behalf of our industry. A few of them came your way, and we were pretty nervous about a couple of them, and there's some out there that we're hoping we can see resolved with this session. So thank you all for that. I have in front of me, or in front of you and in front of me, I have a copy of what we have as our annual report. Some of what I'm going to be going over is in here. This is really a great document. And I want to go ahead and recognize Michael and Mary Sunderman, who put this together for us with M2 Media Corp. Mary and Michael, get it, M2. So thank you both. And this is a great document. So the first, what I would like to turn to is page 22 and 23, as I discuss, first of all, who we are, the Mississippi Gaming and Hospitality Association. And on page 22 and 23, you'll see that we have all 26 members, all 26 casinos are members of the association. That is primarily the hard work of Larry Gregory, who took over this association with probably a handful of members. It just wasn't an association that everybody particularly felt comfortable participating in. He has built that membership up to include every single casino in the industry. And last month was our best month as far as participation. We had all 26 members present for a board meeting. Hopefully you'll be able to meet a bunch of those board members tonight. I know that they're anxious for an opportunity to thank you as well as I am doing today. Page 23 is even better. That's our associate members. Our associate members are made up of a lot of the vendors and a lot of the folks that support our industry, and we support as well. And you know, we hope page 23 will go to 24 and 25 eventually. We want more and more of our vendors to be part of our association. We think that it's you know, they can help us and we can help them as far as providing them with some networking with our casinos. One of our primary goals is to support Mississippi products, Mississippi businesses, Mississippi employees. And so you'll see that a lot of these associations, a lot of these folks are Mississippi, and we hope to continue to grow that. But if you do have an opportunity to go through those names, please look through them and understand that those are the folks that support our industry as well as the casinos themselves. So our association is built to build an industry, to support an industry that remains competitive amongst all the other, you know, if you look at the states now, almost all of them have some form of gaming, and our association is basically trying to be the watchdog that makes sure that we stay on top of what's going on competitively. We work very synchronized with all of our internal members, and we try to unite on all issues that we bring forward, whether it be to the legislators or whether it be issues with local governments and such. We try to help represent a united front, and we've done a really good job of doing that with Larry's leadership. If you would please go to page 9, and that's where we get to some of the good stuff. And that basically gives you an idea of how we operated as an industry, which is of particular importance for our members of government, because that equals tax dollars, which is why we're in business here in the state of Mississippi. We're granted the privilege of having the right to offer gaming because of this legislature. And so those are the reasons why, is, you know, what we're bringing in, who we're employing, and what we're doing for the state. Some of the highlights I would say is the total excess revenue of $3.3 billion. That's $2,669,247 in gaming revenue, and $660,217,000. I'm sorry, that's $2,669,247 and $660 million, is that right? Jeez, in non-gaming revenue. So I thought I was reading that wrong. So, you know, those numbers are all record numbers, especially for the Gulf Coast. But these numbers are also a double-edged sword, because we have to compete with what's going on outside of our state. And that's where you guys come in helping us stay competitive and providing a jurisdiction that enhances our tourism, enhances what we can offer our guests that come in here. One of the issues that are before you right now is the liquor. I think I've talked to almost all of you that, you know, the industry struggles with getting the alcohol to our guests, and that's one of the things I know you guys are committed on trying to fix, and we appreciate it. But again, we definitely need your help as we compete. I want to show you on page 7. Or maybe, hold on a second, I apologize. I'm sorry, let me take it to page 10. On page 10, let you know what's going on around us. I will say that Alabama is working vigorously to try to adopt some kind of a gaming bill that will allow casinos in the state of Alabama. Arkansas, as you know, has passed legislation now then, and they've also went ahead and adopted regulations that allow sports wagering. Right now, Southland, or is it Southland or South Park? Yep, out of West Memphis, Arkansas, is completing a renovations that will include a 300-room hotel. And in a recent article that came out, I believe this week, they targeted Tunica as their main jurisdiction that they're wanting to go after. They say we've been having the drive-in business. Now we want to go after the overnight business that's in Tunica. We're going to provide it with hotels. So again, it'll be a challenge to combat that. One thing that's great is, even take Louisiana. When Louisiana was trying to pass a sports wagering bill and trying to pass their mobile bill, all these states point to ours. They all say that Mississippi, we want to go after Mississippi. Those dollars are the ones. So we are very successful. You have world-class operators in this state. You have world-class casinos. Again, that was all built on the back of this legislature. You guys are the ones who wrote the laws that allowed us to come in here. You guys wrote the laws that allowed a free market enterprise, that allowed the casinos to come in and put their best foot forward. We've had an amazing regulatory agency that started off back in the day, even before Larry, and has continued to grow and thrive. They're very fair, but they're firm, and they're very business friendly. And Jay McDaniel, who is the new executive director, anytime you want to talk to him about what he feels, he's totally open to coming and talking to the members of this legislature to give you his ideas and opinions. And then here's the plug for Michael Sunderman. Once again, thank you all for putting this book together. I want to point to page 7. One of the things that we do as an industry is we give back, and page 7 provides a nice illustration. And we could do pages and pages of pictures like this, but you'll see properties like the Scarlet Pearl, Treasure Bay, Riverwalk, the Fitz, Hard Rock, all given back with their employee engagement. Turn to page 11. Page 11 shows what we're doing as far as visitation, all the people that we're attracting to the state of Mississippi. Again, this is I spoke with many of our members of our legislature, and they have repeatedly told me that thank you for being here. You do such a great job of promoting tourism and being one of our top industries. And page 11 is a great illustration of that, the amount of folks that we're actually able to bring into the state of Mississippi. I think that's about it as far as what I wanted to present. Again, the numbers are outstanding. They're right there in front of you. Thank you for your support. I hope to see you all tonight. This party is really, we set it up years ago. This is an opportunity for us to say thank you to you for what you guys do up here. We appreciate it. And this is kind of like, I know we doing a little bit prior to the end of the session, but this is usually just for us to, we don't have anything left to lobby. We don't have anything left on our agenda. We just want to go ahead and say thank you, and hopefully we can have a good time. I encourage our members and our board members to introduce themselves to you. I also, in the spring, we have the Southern Gaming Summit. That's another one of our big opportunities for our members to get together and promote something great on the Gulf Coast. If any of you have an interest in coming and taking part of that, please reach out to Larry Gregory. Is there anybody that has any questions for me at this time, or any questions about how our association runs? Or I'll try to do the best I can. If not, I have some folks to back me up here.
Any members, any questions?
Well, that means I've covered everything.
Well, I'm going to get started with just a few brief ones then, and maybe if and we'll yield to any members that think of anything. Do you have, I know we're just a couple of months in, do you anticipate 2022 being as successful as 2021, or is it too early to tell, or and what-
Right now, the numbers are indicating that 2022 is going to continue to be a great year for our industry. How things shake out with some of the issues economically that are going on, we'll have to see. Some of the things that are outliers, in the Tunica market, you do have that monstrous project coming in. So they're going to have to sort of fight for their lives up there to keep that market where they want it to be. Another issue that our casinos are having that hopefully maybe there's ways that legislative body can help us is we're having a hard time with employees. We're having a hard time bringing them in and keeping them. I know each casino has their own story, but I'll tell you about Beau Rivage. We have 1,700 rooms and we're only opening 1,400 of them on a normal basis because we can't find the help to clean those. We have the capacity, we have the need for those rooms, but we just don't have the work staff to open them up and provide those extra rooms. So if there's anything that you guys see coming down the pike or anything you can do to help us somehow or another, I know in Tunica, some of the ideas we're talking about are trying to create some type of transit or transportation that will allow us to reach outer markets to bring, some of those towns that have populations outside of our market and bring some of those individuals and workers into town because, you're facing a lot of inflation issues with gas and things like that. And people don't have the money to commute. Even if the job is a good job, they're going to be spending all their money to drive to work. So, another thing that I would ask, and we are asking the federal government, but any help you can, is the infrastructure up in Tunica. We have a very, very poor road system on 61 that leads into our front door, and we're trying to, again, we want to compete with what's going on in West Memphis. And so, again, these are the areas that you probably have heard before, but those are the areas that will help keep these numbers where they are and allow us to, we want to grow. We don't want to stay where we are. We want to get better. I think there's opportunity there. And so tonight I've asked our folks to just talk to you about if you have any questions about those issues that they're seeing to give you the responses as well. But so far, so good. Anybody else?
Yes. I see it looking at the numbers here on page 11, looks like there was about 500,000 more folks that came through in 21 versus 20. How does 20 relate to 19? Was 20 just an off year because of the COVID or?
Well, yeah. Remember, we were closed down for a few months during 20. And then you also had a lot of travel restrictions going on. People were being told to stay home. People weren't able to get on planes. So, and then, obviously 2021, it picked up on top of what our normal visitation, probably a lot of pent up folks wanting to get out and now finally being able to go out and visit. Transportation was available. And then finally there was a lot of free money that was out there allowing them to spend a little bit. And we were really one of the few games in town, you still weren't able to go to baseball games, football games. They were being played in front of empty crowds. Whereas, our state had the wherewithal to get us up and going in a safe manner that, our government mandated masks, they mandated distancing. We had to shut down every other machine. We had a lot of things to do, but they at least gave us the opportunity to bring our guests back. And we were one of the first states to do so. And again, all thanks to what we do here in this Capitol building. Thank you. Anybody want to ask about the Mississippi State, Texas game, come on, Texas Tech, or we encourage you to come down. That's going to be another great thing that we're bringing to the Gulf Coast. Having college baseball down there. And I remember a couple of years ago, I was at that game and it was the last night where you were able to go to a game. We walked out of Mississippi State playing Texas Tech and after the game, they said, there's not going to have any more games where people could attend. And then by the next morning, they said they're not going to have any more games, period. So it's a kind of a going around. Hopefully we can have a capacity crowd to show that we're back. Well, thank you all. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Anthony.
Look
And
forward to seeing you tonight.
yeah, we look forward to seeing you and we want to do all we can here to protect the jobs and the economic impact of your industry. And I hope you'll come to both of us and if there's something that we can do to do that. Wait, Senator Delano has a question.
Mr. Chairman, it's not really a question. It's more of a statement. I'm very honored to represent the properties that are down in Biloxi. And I'm always excited. And I just want you to know, Mr. Chairman, that it's very exciting when we see these companies that are employing as many people as they do in South Mississippi that are in a very competitive market. They're going in and reinvesting in their properties to enhance our opportunity to compete with other states. And they're doing that because they know that they have to compete. But I think sometimes we get lost a little bit up here with the things that we work on. But I think they need to be commended on the fact that they're trying to do everything they can to enhance their revenues, which also is a derivative of our revenues for our state. So I just wanted to say thank you very much to each and every one of your members for the investments, the reinvestments that you're making in our properties to help us be more
Well, thank you,
competitive.
Scott. And I do have a number for you. We recently polled the casino industry as to what they're looking at as far as 2022. And right now the industry is going to put in $250 million in different renovations to their properties. Beau Rivage itself is putting in about 75 million. That's going to be a total room renovation for our entire tower, excluding what we did a few years back. So we're not resting on the money that we made. We're reinvesting in the state. It's across the board. So thank you very much for mentioning that, and your point is well taken.
Thank you, Senator, for making that point. I'll just add before we conclude, there will be a Senate Gaming Committee at some point this month to consider the nomination of Mr. Hopkins to the commission. And I would just say to anybody here that all of us want to hear from you on the Senate side about that, and anything regarding that nomination, just get us, talk to your legislator, talk to your senator, and let them know. And my door will be open on that subject as well. So if there are no other questions.
I do want to say I thank both of you. As our committee chairman, I've reached out to you numerous times, between last year and this year, and you've always responded to me, and I appreciate both of you doing so. I send you little documents here and there and trying to keep everybody apprised of what I'm seeing. So I want to thank you. And, what they say is what they do. They encourage us to talk to them. So, that's our avenue. So thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
I just want to say thank you, Anthony, for coming today, and thank you to all the members.
All right. Thank you all.